In the beginning, the world was beautiful, filled with life and wonder. But as time went on, something changed. People became selfish and turned away from the good they were meant to do. They didn't care about each other or the world around them. Instead, they chose to do bad things. It was a world filled with greed, hatred, and violence. People's hearts were dark, and the earth was suffering. God saw all of this and was deeply saddened. He knew something needed to be done to save what was left of his creation. God spoke to Noah, telling him that he was going to send a great flood to wash away all the evil in the world. But he made a promise to Noah. He and his family would be spared. God instructed Noah to build a massive boat, an ark, that would carry them through the flood. Noah didn't hesitate. He started building the ark right away. It wasn't just any boat. This ark had to be huge, big enough to fit Noah's family, pairs of every animal, and food to last for months. As Noah worked day after day, people around him laughed. They didn't understand why he was building such a huge boat when there wasn't a drop of rain in sight. They thought he was crazy, but Noah kept working, trusting in what God had told him. Finally, the ark was ready. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives were all prepared to board. And then, something incredible happened. The animals, 2 by 2, began to come. Lions, tigers, bears, birds, elephants, even tiny insects. They all came, just as God had promised, and they entered the ark with Noah and his family. After Noah and his family were safely aboard with the animals, the doors of the ark closed, and then it started to rain. At first, it was just a drop here and there, but soon the sky opened up and the rain poured down. It didn't stop. The rain kept coming, and the waters began to rise. The earth, once dry, was now covered in water. People who had ignored Noah's warnings couldn't escape. They could only watch as the flood covered the entire world. But Noah and his family were safe inside the ark, surrounded by the animals. Though the world outside was in chaos, they had faith that they would be protected. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. The rain didn't stop, and the floodwaters covered everything. But inside the ark, Noah and his family kept busy taking care of the animals and each other. After many months, Noah began to wonder if the earth was drying up. So he sent out a dove to find out. The dove returned with a branch in its beak, a sign that the waters were receding, and the trees were starting to grow again. Noah waited a little longer, and when he was sure it was safe, God told him to leave the ark. The flood had ended, and the earth was beginning to heal. Noah and his family stepped out of the ark and onto dry land. The world was new, the air was fresh, the animals were free to roam, and the earth was ready to start over. Noah built an altar to thank God for his protection, and God made a promise he would never again destroy the earth with a flood. As a sign of this promise, he placed a beautiful rainbow in the sky. Every time we see a rainbow, we remember that promise, and we are reminded of God's faithfulness. Noah and his family started a new life on a new earth, full of hope and possibilities. They knew that even in the darkest of times, God was with them. Noah's story teaches us about faith, obedience, and the power of new beginnings. No matter what challenges we face, God's promises are always there to guide us.